Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Cherie, and in this video I'll be sharing with you my Saturday morning cleaning routine. Alright, so as you can tell, I have a lot to get done, but not really too much. It's a whole lot better than last week's video. So I'm going to start like I always do in the kitchen. As you can tell, I'm starting off by loading up the dishwasher, and right now I'm taking and scraping all of the dishes that did have food in them onto one surface. One thing I hate doing is running back and forth to the trash can, so to limit the number of trips that I take, I find a dirty dish and I scrape all the food into that one dish, and then with that one dish I go to the trash can and dump. Alright, so in my last video I said that I don't get dolled up to clean the house, and this video is no exception. Although I do have on a full face of makeup and my hair is done, I had just come from an event earlier in the day and this is the results. But rest assured, next week I'll be back into my regular cleaning clothes, no makeup, hair up in a bun. After the dishes have been loaded into the dishwasher, I go ahead and I make my dish water. The same way I did last week, I use my Dawn along with a cap full of bleach to make sure that sponge stays nice and fresh smelling. And as the water is running, I go ahead and put any dishes that were in the drying rack away. Once I hand wash all the dishes, I move on to the stove. Now last week I asked, what do you all use to clean your stove top? And a lot of people said they use Mrs. Meyer's to do so. However, here in Germany I can't get Mrs. Meyer's. I wish I could. I did have it once before here and I ordered it through Amazon. However, I can only get the basil scent, and while that scent was okay, I could only get the dish soap along with the multi-purpose spray, and that really didn't do much for the stove. It pretty much did the same thing that my Dawn does, so I just felt like it wasn't worth the money to go back and purchase it again through Amazon. Once the stove is nice and clean, I then go ahead to the countertops and I remove everything from there and put them back in their proper place. And then I go back in with my Lysol all-purpose spray to clean the counters and make sure there are no crumbs or anything left over, and just to scrape off any food that may have stuck on throughout the week. After the counters, I move onto the floors and I use my Dyson to vacuum. And then this particular day, I decided to mop the floors. And as you can see, I had to keep Boo out the kitchen because his little paw prints will mark up the floor. He wasn't too happy with me, but he got over it quickly. On to the dining room. Per usual, I start off by clearing off the table and putting everything that's on the table away into its proper place. Now the table is not nowhere near as bad as it was last week. However, my husband and I, we do tend to come in every day and we drop everything on the table, and it becomes an afterthought until the weekend when it's cleaned, and then come Monday it starts back over again. After the table is nice and clear, I go back with my Lysol all-purpose spray to clean the table and make sure there isn't any leftover food from when we had dinner and lunch. I know the table is a bit messy, but we just tend to push everything away so that we can sit and eat. So that's where the crumbs and stuck on food comes from. But once the table is clear, like I was saying, I go back and I clean the table with my Lysol. Once that is all dry, I go back in with my orange pledge, which is my favorite of all the pledges, just to make sure the table looks nice and presentable. After the table is clean, I put back my centerpiece and then I remove my chairs so that I can, one, clean them and remove any fingerprints, and then so that I can vacuum. And like always, here's Blue coming in to be nosy. Let's talk about this ledge. This ledge is very awkward. It serves no purpose. At one point, this was like where we kept like all of our liquor and things, but now it's just a place where junk is stored. So this week I decided enough was enough and I'm cleaning it off. Once the ledge is clean, I move over into the living room. Now the living room wasn't bad at all this week. We just had a few clothing pieces and Blue's things that needs to be picked up and put away. And then you can see like my husband's iPad and his Microsoft tablet thing or whatever the case may be. But yeah, so I go in and I clear all that stuff off and then I go into vacuuming. So as I vacuum the living room, I have to make sure that I get the couch cushions as well as the base of the couch because the Blue's little black and brown hairs are everywhere. And like I said in my previous video, I don't want my house to smell like him. I would rather people walk into the house and see him first versus smell him first. So I always make sure I vacuum very well everything. Plus, the last thing I want is for guests to come over and sit on our couch, and then once they leave, they have his hair on their clothes. Like, that would be so embarrassing. My home is finally clean. As you can tell, the lighting was a bit funky in the video, and that's because I started cleaning later in the day, and as you know, it's winter, so it tends to get darker a lot quicker. But anywho, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and check back in every Saturday for a new video.